Hey everyone, Archangel here. I am here with Milk.
Uh, yes. Hello. That's what on earth?
And what do we get? So yeah, we've had a few technical difficulties and such going on. Over the last week,
What?
I lost my computer. My audio probably sounds terrible right now. I'm
Only,
told I'm having
only
audio
when
issues.
only when you're not talking about how awful your audio is. If you are talking about how awful your audio is, it sounds perfect.
Of course, that's how this works. I'll just have to frequently mention how terrible my audio is as we go through this. Then, um, so sorry you missed Friday. Long story short, it's been a busy week, and I ended up passing out, and then it was a busy Saturday as well. So we're doing it late tonight. And we got a lot of topics.
Maybe you should wrap tinfoil around your computer or something.
Is it really that bad? I'm purposely trying to speak very loud and clear.
I love how when you say "Is it really that bad?" it comes through crystal clear.
My life, man.
Your computer's trolling you. That's what it is.
This is a new computer. Well, it's not new. It's not fresh off the market new. But I switched hard drives with my wife's computer, so I shouldn't have these audio issues anymore.
Okay, whatever position you're holding, I don't care how painful it is, hold it.
Oh, good.
It seems to be working.
Good. Okay. Howdy, Yokon.
Okay.
All right. So we have quite a few topics to discuss, and a lot of them are pretty dismal, actually.
Oh.
So I'm trying to see what we want to start with here. You know what? We'll start with a crazy one first, because why not? Young Turks declare jihad.
Ah, yes, I have that tweet.
So apparently, for my kind, my time is almost up here. All right. You know what? I have to say that I really appreciate all the comments, just being fuck you guys, Armenian genocide.
It's just such a low resolution infographic. Of course, that's what I notice about it.
But yeah, apparently for white Christians, the time is up. And somebody had pointed out, before, when you have the alt-right people talking about white genocide, I don't really buy into that. I don't believe there's an actual perpetuated white genocide going on. I do believe that there's a lot of people in the media that would like that, but I don't believe that there's any sort of thing like that going on, actually. However, when you got these people that are openly cheering for this, it kind of makes you check that,
So I haven't watched this video because it's the Young Turks. What's in here anyway? How bad is it?
I haven't watched it either because it's the Young Turks.
A new survey.
Oh wait, I still audio passed through one, so everyone would hear that thing. Okay, you know what? Yeah, let's show from the start. Let's just see what they say. Okay. Let's see how bad this is.
A new survey indicates that white Christians are, for the first time, a minority in the United States. Well,
look at how happy they are.
Oh yeah, she's thrilled.
First time since whites came and basically did their colonial thing.
Oh yeah, colonialism is so terrible.
And the whole thing after this is just going to be them laughing about it like they normally do.
Yeah.
Well, I guess first the Armenians, now the white Christians, right?
That's pretty much how it looks. Yukon in the chat says make Istanbul Constantinople again. I love that. Yes.
I really need to work on this stupid chat window.
No. I don't know that there's really a whole lot to say on this. Kind of for the White Turks, the White Turks, the Young Turks.
White Turks.
White Turks.
White Turks. What the hell are the White Turks?
I saw the White Turks.
Fuck me.
But
Oh,
White Turks.
God damn it! What are you doing?
But yeah, it's like they're openly gloating now, and like I said, a few years ago, they were talking about how hyperbolic it was that, oh my gosh, white Christians aren't going to ever be a minority. And now that it's happened, they're like, haha, look what happened. Like,
But your concerns are still invalid.
Yeah.
Are these guys still getting ridiculous numbers of views? I'm actually curious. Oh, wow, look at that.
Yeah, I was going to say the dislike ratio on that's pretty high. I do have to.
Look at that.
And the top comment right there. Like, how do you feel about the disappearance of Armenian Christians?
White Turkey sounds like a mixed drink. Yeah, it does, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does.
I still, the White Turk, God dang it, now you have me doing it.
White Turks.
It's like if someone like the white YouTuber or somebody does a takeoff of the Young Turks, that's what that would be. Just put a W in place of the Y. It works. It's easy enough.
Actually, yeah. The White Turks. I gotta have one to call ourselves that one day just to troll.
Yeah, right after we increase your microphone budget.
Yeah.
Which is apparently not a microphone problem at all. It sounds like it's a Wi-Fi problem.
That's kind of what I'm coming to the conclusion of, yeah.
But then why was your phone so much better?
I don't know. I could go on my phone if you think that would be better. Yeah, let me do that. My wife literally just so. Yeah, I'll jump on there to get some better audio quality here.
It's always very interesting when you watch any sort of Young Turks video, because whenever they have one of these, as soon as they go towards like the Marxist communist stuff, everybody is in agreement except for Cenk. And Cenk is trying to weasel his way back towards capitalism.
I've never noticed that, but that is really interesting.
Well, he owns the Young Turks. He's the owner and CEO of the Young Turks. He kind of likes capitalism because it's how he's making money.
Yeah, I would say he probably doesn't want to see his entire studio seized. But that is pretty funny. I guess Cenk used to be a Republican, believe it or not.
Really?
Yeah. That's like how he got a start. He was like for some Republican show or some Republican anchor. I want to even say like Fox News or something. And the dude just like I remember looking it up once. I didn't believe it. It was like, wow, that is really weird. But Cenk is the least bad of the Young Turks, which is still pretty bad. Yeah, Cenk's terrible.
I keep typing Cenk Yu-Gi-Oh.
All right, let me. I'm going to disappear for a moment. So.
And then we will. Oh, he has a Wikipedia page. Of course he does. Of course he does. Let's fix that. Someday I will have a correct and nice overlay with audio.
All right, I'm back.
Okay.
How do I sound now?
More consistent.
Good.
Oh, I don't have to edit my overlay. Perfect.
Nice.
Pushed in from the right for me, so that's great.
That's awesome. I need to put like a little things on my name here. But all right, so we'll just keep that there and hopefully it won't disappear.
So yeah, Cenk was at MSNBC, it looks like.
Oh, okay.
I'm not sure how that goes with timing of things because this article is not in chronological order. Oh, maybe it is. Yeah, Young Turks launched all the way in 2002, and this NBC thing was in 2010. So yeah.
Yeah, and it's college and look in political views. Yeah,
Here it is, Daily Pennsylvanian, criticizing affirmative action.
Mm.
Well, apparently he was woke and then he went to sleep.
Like I don't know how you drift in that direction. Like,
It's really easy, honestly.
maybe I can't fathom like falling leftward at all. Like for me, that's like alien to me. Like even how I would go about like doing that.
Is it?
Like I don't know what kind of events would happen in my life that would turn me into a leftist. I can't.
Ah, my microphone's trying to get away.
I'm not really a Republican. I'm kind of my own beast at this point. But like I don't see any way I could ever drift left. Like
He expressed the opinion that the genocide of Armenians during the late stages of the Ottoman Empire did not, in fact, constitute genocide in 1991. Well, that explains why he called his organization the Young Turks, doesn't it?
Man, that's insane.
Everything suddenly makes sense. And there's a citation here. Okay. Ugerchenk, 1991, historical fact or falsehood, the Daily Pennsylvanian.
No shit. Like with him, I kind of thought that was like half a meme. Like he never made any kind of statement one way or the other on it, but because he named it the Young Turks, everybody gave him shit for it, and rightfully so. I'm not saying he shouldn't get shit for it. He should absolutely get shit for it. But
that's Armenian propaganda in America. Wow.
That's amazing. All right, link me this article. I want to send this to him to troll him.
Well, this is the archived citation version.
So that's fine. I don't care.
Here you go. And I put it in the YouTube chat, but I don't think I'm modded there, so it'll probably just disappear.
Oh, I gotta fix that.
Of course, I have to say something to fix that, and then I might already be modded, so we'll find out. What do I say? Hello, chat. Yep, I'm not modded. Clicky keyboard. How many clicks are coming across my microphone, by the way?
Not as many as you'd think. Not as many as you think. You're right. You should be a mod now.
So, that's how you can tell you're a mod. Your name has a wrench next to it.
Yes.
Above the say something box.
Yeah.
So you don't.
And then for admin, you have a crown.
Ah, okay. But it's not even just in the chat window, but actually right where you type to say something, it tells you you're a mod. So yeah, that's that's astounding. I thought it was a meme this whole time. It's actually true.
Yeah.
He rescinded the statements on a blog post in April 2016. And now he says he does not know enough today to comment on it.
That's interesting.
Wow.
But he still named it the Young Turks. I decided to make Yokana mob just because I don't know, I'm in a good mood.
Oh, well, hopefully that goes well.
He seems like a cool up guy. He's like, I'm gonna destroy this chat and ban everybody from it now.
That's astounding. I know this is kind of a weak topic versus the other topics, but it's the Young Turks. What do you expect? First, the Armenian genocide didn't happen, then he doesn't know enough to comment on it, and now there's no white genocide, but then and the white Christians are never going to be outnumbered, but now they are.
Yeah, it's like, well, they're
look at their video thumbnail too. Oh, I don't have my YouTube add-on has broken. Yeah, look at this video thumbnail.
Yokan says if I ban everyone, who would I terrorize?
Being attacked by gnats. This is just one. Oh, caught it. Ugh. The Young Turks. I'm not sure what else to say about it, other than that they're a walking contradiction, a sitting at a desk contradiction. I'm not sure how to phrase this.
Yeah.
But seriously, watch any of their videos that covers anything Marxist, and watch Cenk try to weasel away from it, because he owns the Young Turks and he's a capitalist.
That's really interesting. I'll have to check that out.
Mm-hmm. It's every time. It's amazing to watch, because he has to do it without upsetting his staff.
Mm.
Like, does he have gray hair yet?
I don't think so.
A new
He might just dye his hair, though.
Have certain rights.
No, look at that. He's got.
Oh yeah, there's some gray in there.
He's got the gray. What is that shirt?
Yeah. Oh, who knows? You know, if I had to sit around a bunch of Marxists all the time, my hair would go gray too, if I had hair.
Oh, they're live right now. We're up against the Young Turks.
Oh, really? Good.
Yeah, here they are. See? It's
always
live.
smiling, always.
Sex and dating.
Yeah,
you want to get your sex and dating tips from the Young Turks. Oh boy.
Oh dear me.
All right, so the next topic. This is another small one before we dive into the dark stuff. Shkreli got arrested.
Yes, Pharma Bro.
Mm.
And I think he said he was still going to make money from prison or something.
He was going to do what?
Still make money from prison or something. What did he get arrested
probably.
for?
Okay, this is kind of funny. Shkreli's kind of a troll. We all knew Shkreli was a troll. But apparently he was offering like some $10,000 or something like that if somebody could get him a lock of Hillary Clinton's hair. Which so they said that as like putting a hit out on her, which isn't exactly true, because I mean,
well,
it's still weird.
Putting a hit out on her hair.
Yeah, I guess he is putting a hit out on her hair, but
well, some of it, not all of it.
And it's like, you know, on one hand, it's like, why? But then it's Shkreli, so it's like.
That's actually. Did you know that if someone got Hillary Clinton's hair and it's not a wig, it's real hair, it would have evidence of whatever medication she's taking in it?
Oh.
I don't even know.
And he's the type of person that could find out exactly.
He would be thinking about that because he's freaking buys and sells pharmaceuticals.
Yeah. Oh wow.
I didn't even.
Okay, that makes a lot of sense.
I only just now realized this.
Honestly, I thought it was just some kind of bad joke, like he wanted her hair so he could clone her. Oh my gosh,
that's amazing. Oh,
I love Martin Shkreli. Holy shit!
It goes from him being a jerk ass to wait a minute.
Like good call.
Wait
on
just
that.
a minute. What is it?
Hair from because I was trying to figure out, like, why would he need hair from her, and it's like, oh, that makes a lot of sense to prove that she's a reptilian. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Then to make a clone of her, like a reptilian clone army.
Yeah, but
he was talking about
hair?
Yeah, well, like last year he was talking about cloning Harambe. Like he was talking about getting a bunch of money together and using his DNA to try to make a clone of him with some kind of Japanese lab or something.
I mean, it's not hard.
Yeah, it's not. But
isn't it? Think about the science fiction like world we live in today, where someone says they're planning to clone someone, and the response is, "Well, that's not hard."
Yeah. But yes, honestly, I thought like the reason he wanted her hair was just kind of like a twisted joke, like, yeah, I'm gonna clone her, which obviously I wouldn't expect even Martin Shkreli to do, but. You know, I thought he was running a joke there. I didn't even consider the idea that, you know, he could have tested it for pharmaceuticals. That makes a lot more sense. Like, that's a lot more of a legit reason to want it, too.
I don't even know if that's why, but that sounds like it could be.
I mean, that makes a lot of sense to me, especially, like, you know, dude runs a pharmaceutical company, you know?
Okay, wait. He was free while awaiting sentences. Yeah, okay. He offered $5,000. Is $5,000 enough for Hillary's hair? I mean,
Is
like,
that how much he was offering? 5,000?
yeah,
Oh, okay, 5,000. Yeah,
yeah. The bail was 5 million.
5 million.
So,
Okay.
yeah. Wait a minute. Maybe there's something. The former pharmaceutical executive who is awaiting sentencing for a fraud conviction was sent to jail on Wednesday after the federal judge revoked his bail because he offered $5,000.
So okay, he was on probation already, essentially. Or not
Yeah,
really probation, but
he was out on bail already, awaiting sentencing. I'm being attacked by a moth as we speak. Awaiting sentencing, and he then posts this and goes right back to jail without passing go. That's great. What is he thinking? What is this man thinking? I mean,
Shkreli's a troll, man. Like that's his.
try
Like,
to grab a hair from her. How are you going to get hair unless you pull it out of her skull or you use scissors? In which case, it looks like an assassination attempt.
Let's see.
Yeah, that's amazing. And does this even say anything about? Yeah, took the drug. Okay.
Yeah, the whole bullshit about the diazepam.
Hair. It has to include a follicle.
Has to include it. That's exactly what he was doing.
Well, you don't even need the follicle to determine the drug if they've been taking things, but it helps significantly because the hair can be like a timeline of substances that you've taken, but it only gets so specific. But the follicle contains DNA and other things, which is why people end up going for the follicle. So maybe he wasn't even thinking about the drug thing, but he must have been.
Yeah. Don't assault anyone for any reason ever. LOL liberals.
Wow. I don't know. I don't know. Is he trying to clone Hillary Clinton, or is he trying to figure out what drug she's on?
Maybe both.
Maybe both.
Like it's Shkreli, so I mean, the dude's kind of like a dilettante and nearly a mad scientist.
If you were gonna ask for hair and you have money like this, why would you do it publicly? I mean, I guess publicly you get a lot of people to do it, just like when Alex Jones had people yelling "rape," Clinton rape, and having those shirts.
Wait, did he tweet that out? Because I didn't think Shkreli had a Twitter anymore.
No, I think he posted it on Facebook.
Okay.
Yep, it was a Facebook.
Yeah, it was Facebook. Okay. So as I say, because if Shkreli had a Twitter, I'd be following him.
He made 2 Facebook posts offering cash to anyone who would grab a hair from Miss Clinton during her book tour. Good luck getting near Miss Clinton during her book tour. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if, like, she signed the books with rubber gloves through some sort of, like, plastic wall. Okay, actually, that's not true. The truth is that she sits there and no one shows up.
Actually, it gets better than that. That kind of brings us into another topic here. All right, check this out. This is amazing.
Oh?
It's safe, I promise.
Just trying to get it without getting your name.
Dilettante Mad Scientist sounds like a great character idea. She's signing books at Costco, man. Like,
so,
I mean,
can you buy the signed books in bulk? Is that why this woman has a scooter with a cart? So that she can buy the books in bulk?
Bulk. It's like, how low do you have to be to, have gone from, running for president to signing books at a Costco?
The line is oddly hilarious, too, because it's a woman on a mobility scooter shopping version.
Mm.
I think, unless this is distorted, a short woman, a guy who's like quizzically looking at the book. Look at that on the right. Oh, my mouse isn't showing. Hold on.
Yeah, I can The guy in the far right there. It's kind of like, what the
Yeah,
hell is
the
this?
guy on the far right. Yeah, this guy. He's like, she's handing him a book, and he's just like, "Thank you for this." I caught another moth. Holy fuck! How many of these are there? One rainstorm, and all the moths are in my house.
Ew. Yeah, that's what happens when you live down south.
She has a lot of people around her. I mean, I
They're all
understand
the
they're
same
passing
people.
books out, but
Yeah. Oh, okay. There's some new
no, the
people.
employees. I mean, where's this little girl come from? Is that looks just a little like freaky enough to not actually be a person?
Yeah, the resolution on it's not too great. So.
Yeah, it's like that creepypasta expressionless picture.
Mm.
This is just look how
Sad.
white she is. Actually, it looks like she's slightly green, but that might be her clothing, reflecting the giant Costco lights onto her face.
It's like she's selling her. She's doing book signings in the toilet paper aisle at Costco. Like,
Look at she's between two aisles. She's between.
She's in an aisle.
She's in an
Yeah.
aisle. She's at the end of an aisle. She's blocking the aisle.
I
Can
mean,
people come up behind her?
this isn't like a bookstore or a library or like a hotel or any place affluent. It's at a fucking Costco.
This is like alternate universe creepy weird stuff. These pictures. This is like either that or this is like a book about warehouses. It's really popular for some reason.
It's like they got a whole bunch of her book in, and so it's.
Oh,
that's
man.
amazing.
Someone could just Photoshop this so that all of the palettes behind were all just her book. And her book only sells in Costco only in bulk.
It's like they like put her in the toilet paper aisle.
Welcome to Costco. I love you.
So, and then like kind of following up on that. So, if you've read like any of the reports on Hillary Clinton's book, she is like blaming absolutely everyone except for herself.
It's weird because I mean, doesn't her book basically say right on it what happened? I mean, hold on, Hillary Clinton, what happened? That's what it's called, right?
Yeah.
Okay, images. Yeah, here's the book. Here's the book. Look at it. What happened? Hillary Rodham Clinton.
The answer is right there on the front cover.
It's all like you don't even need to read it. It's a summary in one page. But the summary doesn't match the contents.
Yeah. It's also apparently in the book she cites the government and the media as the heroes in 1984.
I heard about this. I need to see this.
Hold on, yeah, I'll try to find this too.
In 1984. I can't type with this microphone in front of me. As soon as I got this new keyboard, I found myself immediately typing faster. Apparently, all that stuff about mechanical keyboards is not a joke.
Yeah, here, check this out.
Okay, pulling it over. Attempting to define reality is a core feature of authoritarianism. This is what the Soviets did when they erased political dissidents from historical photos. This is what happens in George Orwell's classic novel 1984, when a torturer holds up 4 fingers and delivers electric shocks until his prisoner sees 5 fingers as ordered. They don't actually see it, they just agree. The goal is to make you question logic and reason, and to sow mistrust towards exactly the people we need to rely on. Our leaders, the press, is where to seek to guide public policy based on evidence ourselves. For Trump, as with so much he does, it's about simple time. dominance. Oh, there are 4 lights.
I get that reference.
That's great. It's just like, how do you literally George Orwell is like, government bad, media's in league with the government is bad.
Yeah.
And then,
And Hillary Clinton's just like, no, it's not. Nah. Holy shit. No, that woman's nuts.
my keyboard is now a Corsair K95.
So yeah, I kind of wanted to.
I could kill a man with this keyboard.
It's that intense, huh?
It's like made out of metal or something. Like, let's put a scale under it later. This is astounding, though. It's like, how dumb are you?
Oh, she's. It's not. I don't even think it's so much like dumb. It's just flat out detached. Like, I mean, she legitimately believes, like, the government and the media in 1984 are like okay, I guess, and it's. I mean, that's the thing too. Like, just her mannerisms, everything about her, she comes off like very robotic, like sociopathic. I don't think she understands like even how people work. She's just so. I don't know. She's like a soulless husk,
Okay, this is getting weird. Now I'm just finding dead bugs sitting on my desk. This is not appropriate. What the fuck? This is an omen of something.
Yokon mechanical keyboards are great. I do enjoy your mechanical keyboard. All right, let's see what we got.
Like,
do we ever discuss Quinn's book?
I don't know.
I mean, there are a lot alike. It's everybody else's fault but me. I mean, it's almost the same book, really. Oh, Yokon sent a link. Let's.
Wait, is this from her book or something? This can't be.
Yeah, what is this?
Every time we boarded and checked out the stash, I have a weakness for Pepperidge Farm goldfish crackers. And was delighted to find that the 50.
That's what happened right there.
Book! What the fuck? I can't even react with the right expressions on this. This isn't her book. This isn't her book. Did Pepperidge Farms pay her off?
Maybe.
Oh, holy shit! This isn't her book.
What happened for Hillary Clinton? Pepperidge Farm remembers.
Pepperidge Farm knows what you did last summer.
Yeah. Flavored blasted goldfish.
Is this like a literal in-book advertisement? What is this? It's like when you're watching a movie and a person just rattles off like a catchphrase of a food.
Mm.
That's what this is. It's like 55 goldfish for only 150 calories. Not bad.
It just happens to be reading the ad, like happens to be reading like the back of the box.
I need to see proof that this is actually in here. Okay, hold on. Hillary Clinton
Pepperidge Farm goldfish ad.
Goldfish. I'm searching. Hillary Clinton admits her snacking weakness: goldfish crackers. Washington Examiner.
Yeah, everybody in the chat is pointing out also, like the last line on that. If you can go back to that real quick.
This is real. Oh my god, it's real. It's real.
That's
Here's a
amazing.
quote right here in this news story. This is real.
That's right. Some of my staff thought yes, which is incorrect. Like yeah, in the chat they're all saying, my staff disagreed with me. That was wrong.
Oh dear God. I almost have to get this book now. If this is, it's like, can you think of like an old lady, like a grandmother or something, where they just kind of like it somehow triggers some programming they've had from watching so many ads, and they just kind of rattle off about something that isn't even sold anymore. That's what this feels like. This feels like that. I've seen that happen.
Yotkan says she apparently also compared herself to a panda. You know what? I believe that. Like, I don't even need a link to believe that happened. Like, holy shit. I mean, if you want to send one, I'll post it, but I completely 100% believe that she compared herself to a panda. That a woman. Oh shit! Like, she was talking about like making voodoo dolls and shit in her book. Hold on, I'll see if I can find that.
What is this shit you're talking about? Okay, unfortunately, it's hard to find the panda thing because apparently Rachel Maddow stopped an interview with Hillary Clinton to show her the sneezing panda, so it's impossible to find anything.
Yeah, give me a second.
Okay, here's the thing. Double checking it. Yep, it's text. Okay, it's on screen.
It's funny when I looked up Hillary Clinton voodoo doll, everybody's going back to Martin Shkreli.
Philip Raines, my longtime advisor, who played Trump in our debate prep sessions, has my favorite explanation why. He calls it the panda principle. Pandas just live their lives. They eat bamboo. They play with their kids. But for some reason, people love watching pandas, hoping for something, anything, to happen. When that one baby panda sneezed, that video became a viral sensation. That's why she's talking about it, because Rachel Maddow showed her that video in the middle of the interview. Under Philippe's theory, I'm like a panda. A lot of people just want to see how I live, and I do love spending time with my family and getting some sun, just like a panda. And while I'm not into bamboo, I like to eat. Are pandas the things that are so stupid that if you show them a picture of bamboo, they'll think it's real, or is that koalas?
I don't know, honestly.
I think it might be koalas. Panda, stupid picture, bamboo.
I'm trying to find the voodoo doll thing because I'm like finding it, but I want to find it on like a definitely like a more reputable site. Hillary Clinton voodoo doll gifts, Cafe Press. Here.
This is.
We'll run with Breitbart. I know like some people don't consider Breitbart to be very reputable, but
I think it might be koalas that are stupid. Yeah, I think it's the koalas that are too stupid to actually tell the difference between a painting or illustration of bamboo.
Hillary Clinton confirmed for furry panda persona.
I could be wrong. I don't know. I don't have stupid animal facts in my head.
All right. There's an article I posted on the side. The Breitbart article.
Pulling it up. Hold on.
Cool. And again, it's Breitbart. I know some people don't consider Breitbart very reputable, so you can.
It sounds like a throwaway line she'd use to pad her book.
Yeah.
I mean, for God's sake, she has a freaking factoid about the calorie count of goldfish. I'm pretty sure that this could be in there.
Sometimes I snap at my staff. I was tempted to make voodoo dolls of certain members of the press and Congress and stick them full of pins. Bitch is nuts, man.
Oh my. Oh my. Ooh. One of the most memorable experiences of our trip was meeting a local voodoo priest named Bax Beauvoir. Beauvoir? That's Beauvoir. Freaking
yeah.
French names. French Africans, probably.
Actually, I think you pronounced the R. I think it'll be Beauvoir.
Beauvoir.
I don't know.
Beauvoir. He invited us to attend one of his ceremonies. We saw Haitians. Oh, of course it's Haitians. We saw Haitians seized with spirits, that's a quote, walk on hot coals, bite the heads off live chickens. That's disgusting. My uncle's dog did that to his duck. And chew glass, spit out the shards, and not bleed. Well, if you only use your teeth, that'll work, but that's hard to do. At the end of the ceremony, the people claimed the dark spirits had departed. Hillary Rodham Clinton, what happened? Well, apparently you happened, and all of these things in the book just color the picture as to how you became this fucking insane. How even does someone get like this isn't book like this one even not being necessarily confirmed because it's from Breitbart, although I'm pretty sure that if they lied there'd be millions of articles pointing out they lied.
Oh yeah.
I mean, look at this. I'm like a panda. Or this one, the freaking goldfish crackers. Or this one, getting 1984 wrong.
Bitch is nuts, man. That's what happened.
I also knew that despite being the first woman, I have a serious chance at the White House. Or to have. Wow, I can't even read this. It's so stupid. I also knew that despite being the first woman to have a serious chance at the White House, what about Sarah Palin? I am unlikely to see as a transformative... Yeah, I just cannot talk, it seems. I was unlikely to be seen as a transformative revolutionary figure. I had been on the national stage too long for that, and my temperament was too even-keeled. So,
the chat, they're saying, Guild Consider book is so bad it's amazing, and Anonymous, is saying great book, 10 of 10. Yeah, I do almost want to get this book. I mean, I'm not going to pay for it, but I do kind of want to get it now. It sounds entertaining, if nothing else.
It's one of those things where it's a satire as you read it, but nothing inside the book tells you it's a satire.
Mm.
This is Hillary Clinton. So, oh, there's so many books now.
Oh yeah, Quinn's got the other book that's pretty much just as bad shit.
Yeah.
And I actually do have a copy of that one that I paid a little more than I should have for. It's $0.
Wait, you? Okay, I have it saved as degenerate copy because it's missing. Okay,
it is missing a few pages. No, I actually posted I posted a tweet on this. I pirated ZQ's book, and I still feel like I paid too much for it.
I don't really feel like I should read something that I've pirated like that, but I do have it, just in case. And the problem with it is that well, it's scanned. It's clearly someone just took screenshots of Adobe PDF, viewing the PDF file. But it's really weird because it's
there are pages missing.
Yeah, there's pages missing, and yet it flows fine. And the amount of expertise that would be required to actually remove stuff and have it still work, unless all of the things that have been removed are just
pictures or blank pages.
Either blank pages or pictures. So hold on, let me go to my let me switch. Where's my garbage library? I don't see it. What the hell? Oh, there it is. Okay, hold on. Trash. That's what I call this library.
Click on my tweet real quick.
Oh, you have a tweet?
Yeah, it's in the sidebar.
Oh, I didn't know it. Apparently, I've seen that before, so it was blue, and I didn't realize.
There we go.
Oh, okay. Don't you feel good? Get off of that. Okay. So what's weird about this? Oh, show me an Explorer so I can open this in my web browser. How do I do this? I'm not used to using Calibri.
Oh, that's another thing.
Open containing.
I have this on my phone. I don't know if I have this on my computer.
Okay, here's what's weird about this copy of the book. No, it's screenshots of a PDF viewer. See the thing around it. It's also odd. I guess he's just cut off the header and footer or something because they weren't important. But what's weird about it is that if you look at the page numbers as they go, like I said, I haven't read this partly because I'm not comfortable reading something pirated like that. Okay, first, it says there's 244 pages in the book, and there's only 169 in this PDF.
Yeah.
190, 192.
Yeah, there does a lot of bouncing.
And yet this flows fine. There's nothing wrong about this, whatever. I'm sure that
I'm
if you
guessing
found one,
there's just a bunch of pictures and stuff padding it.
okay, this is a sentence that spans, but it's not broken. 195. It looks like they only break it on paragraphs, so it's hard to tell. But yeah, my guess is it was just full of pictures because it does have pictures in it. Like, see, here's one. It's basically like a super long blog post about how everyone is wrong and mean to her. Also, pictures like this are featured. I'm sorry, everyone. Yeah, so my guess is that he must have just removed some pictures or something. But it's so... Why does she have a Evangelion... I'm screwing up the name of the first angel in my head now.
Adam? Lilith?
Okay, not the first angel, but the first one that actually had screen time.
Oh, okay. I don't remember its name.
It's a B something. But yeah, that's what's weird about this book. So it just makes me wonder how much padding is in this book if you bought it properly. Which, like I said, I don't know if I can. I'll hold on to that copy for archiving purposes, but I don't know.
Yeah, Gil Khan's been posting some other pretty funny stuff in the chat.
Okay.
Did you know Quinn has a magnet in her finger?
Yes, I even know what that does.
Yeah, that's weird.
It does actually give you some level of the of ability to feel magnetic fields.
Mm-hmm.
But stupid. It's nothing of any real value. It's just, you know.
Yeah.
You could say my campaign for president began with a snappy internet video filmed in April 2015 outside my home in Chattanooga. Chappaqua.
Who cares?
Chattanooga. Chappaqua. Or you could point to my formal announcement speech that June on Roosevelt Island in New York. But I think it started with something a lot more ordinary. A Chipotle burrito bowl. Is she advertising?
Oh my gosh!
Is that what this is? Are these all advertisements? Have I been sold stuff? Is that what this is?
This whole book's a bunch of ads. This is great.
Oh my god! I thought she had enough money. To divert attention from his own ugliness, Trump brought to our second debate 3 women who had accused my husband of bad acts decades ago, plus a woman whose accused rapist I had been ordered by a judge to represent back in Arkansas. It was an awful stunt. Either it's an ad or she's looking for, or she's just constantly trying to come up with stuff to pad the book with to make it longer.
I mean, at that point, like with that, I can understand why she put that part in there because I mean, that's actually something that happened in the campaign. I wouldn't say it was an awful stunt. I'd say it was a brilliant stunt.
It was,
yeah, and it's like, you know, maybe if you didn't have a husband who, was a rapist, then you wouldn't.
It wasn't even that. It was that she had been obviously on his side, being the wife, but being viciously so. Bimbo eruptions and everything else. That was her word. Yeah. People attribute that to Rush Limbaugh. No, she said it first. That's where Rush Limbaugh got it from. Was Hillary Clinton. It was called bimbo eruptions. All these people coming out of the woodwork to accuse Bill Clinton of stuff. Which admittedly, people do come out of the woodwork to make accusations. We saw them try that with Trump, actually.
Yeah. Yeah, people made up a whole bunch of weird shit about Trump that was very unsubstantiated.
It was so unsubstantiated that you could just add random stuff to it and put it out there and people would believe it just as much, like the weird hentai story, which wasn't actually correct.
Like the weird one where he's talking about like pissing in the hotel in Russia and something.
No, that part was a legitimate thing they tried to claim, but then someone added onto that stuff about hentai and liking hentai and things, and then that went out there, and a bunch of people believed it because it was just as ridiculous.
You know, that's more believable to me. But you know what? I know that's not true because I actually saw a screenshot of some Trump supporter like dude with an anime avatar actually like messaged him and sent him some hentai, and he's like, "Don't send me any cartoon porn like that again. You're blocked." And so, because I think he like just sent him some pictures of like "for you, daddy" or something like that, because that's what they do.
Oh my god. There's another angle to consider as well. Technologists like Elon Musk, Sam Altman, and Bill Gates, and physicists like Stephen Hawking have warned that artificial intelligence could one day pose an existential security threat. Musk has called it, quote, the greatest risk we face as civilization. Think about it. Have you ever seen a movie where the machines start thinking for themselves that ends well? Yes, actually. Every time I went out to Silicon Valley during the campaign, I came home more alarmed about this. My staff lived in fear that I'd start talking about, quote, the rise of the robot in some Iowa town hall. Maybe I should have. Oh my god. This is like this is not what happened. This is how could I have lost faster.
Oh, I wish she did. I wish she did. Oh man. If like she's in the middle of a speech and just brought the rise of the robots, man.
Pepe!
That would have been so mimetic too.
She brought up Pepe. I mean, come on.
It would be like, and then I could already see like the chants they would have like
R9K
Pepe's making robots.
R9K would just take the election by storm.
You have Pepe pots. Giant robotic frogs shooting down the Hillary campaign. Holy shit.
It's a whole new level to the meme war. This is great.
Oh my gosh, Yoni Kaz. He's got no enemies. I was trying to get to another topic and he keeps going. Holy shit.
Okay, I don't even know which one I'm currently looking at. Let's see, DJ7. This is DJ8. Okay, here's another one. I suppose this mini rant guarantees that my book will receive a rip her to shreds review in the Times, but history will agree that this coverage affected the outcome of the election. Besides, I had to get this off my chest. This may shock you. Hillary Clinton is fundamentally honest. Former New York Times editor Jill Abramson in The Guardian, March 28th, 2016.
That's brilliant. Oh my gosh. I need this book now. Oh, I need this book. I'm going to pay exactly the same amount for it I paid for Zoe Quinn's book.
Oh
my gosh.
Is there an official ebook version?
I don't know yet. There will be. I mean, there always is eventually.
Can I get one digitally signed by Hillary Clinton? Or is she afraid the robots will use her digital signature? I just realized she made the jump between robot and AI. She is an old person.
Yeah.
Jesus.
That woman's bad shit. So, I do have other topics that I want to go into. I'm actually kind of glad that this one's been so funny because we have a lot of depressing stuff to go into later.
Yes.
But where was it? Oh, Nick Monroe. That's the guy that used to be called Part to Continue, right?
Yeah, back when he was a little bit crazy.
Yeah, that dude's been on it. He's been cataloging the demonetization of YouTube. I don't know if you've seen any of that or not.
I've not, but I'm gonna try to find it now.
Go.
I just gotta see if I can. Okay.
He follows me. That's pretty cool. This dude's been so on it. Like every day he posts like 50 new people that have been demonetized from YouTube.
Is there like a place where he just tracks it all, just as a constant?
He's just been posting it in tweets.
Someone should be compiling this. Like there should be a moment or something.
Like an archive.
Or he should have a moment or something.
Yeah. Give me a second here. Yeah,
because I think moments let you string tweets together, so he just string all those tweets together.
He really should have. He might. He does have a moment.
No, I
Let's
checked
see.
them. It's not there.
It's a defund Europe thing. Okay. Shit. And now.
Okay, what does the tweets always look like? I could probably get a list for these.
He always has a number in front of them. Hold on, I'll find like one of them and we can go from there. She's on like 120 right now. 125. Here. All right.
Do, 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 do,
I'm getting it.
do,
Come on.
do, 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 do.
Okay. So in this thread, I'll continue exploring different YouTube. Yeah, right here.
Yeah, just
This
for
is 101 to 125.
Wooly Ram, you did miss some pretty amazing stuff. Like let's see. Like this here where Hillary Clinton says that her race for presidency start with the Chipotle burrito bowl. Or
Yeah,
this
her book's
here
full of ads, man.
where she says her temperament is even keeled. Or this here where she says she's like a panda. Or this here where she just starts doing an ad for Pepperidge Farm goldfish crackers in the middle of her book. Actually, there's a lot of these types of ad-like things. It's a little bit weird. Oh, here she thinks that AI might have caused her to lose the election and that her staff was afraid that she would start talking about the rise of the robots in an Iowa town hall. It's kind of legendary.
So I'm checking out like Nick Monroe stuff, and this is just like the first. This is like
okay. This is
101 to
actually really useful.
125.
He's doing threads, then he reply. Yeah, he has a reply which is to the original, well, one of the original threads. Like he mentions the original thread. So here's some of them here.
Yeah.
Although
the 101 video is pretty creepy, but you know it still doesn't mean he deserves to be demonetized. Serial killer ASMR. But then yeah, like Super Mega Show, which I don't know what that is, but apparently it wasn't family friendly and got taken down. And then so when Crickmaster, then Bed Banana got demonetized the same day as Crickmaster. And Christian Williams.
Converting this into an actual list of video IDs would be nice, but it's not easy to do.
Ironically,
Plus, the
had
videos could get pulled too.
Yeah. Apparently, Christian Williams ironically had a video about advertising space on controversial content demonetized.
They've started sending out phishing emails that look like YouTube demonetization emails now.
Tuners Eyes, Amazon and Twitch is best competitor. Yeah, I'm just kind of looking over all these things that have been demonetized. You keep going down. There's just a whole bunch of them.
Okay. Oh, someone linked another tweet I want to look at real quick. Another Hillary Clinton one. Okay. Oh God, the opening. That which does not kill us makes us stronger. Frederick Nietzsche and Kelly Clarkson.
Yeah, Kelly Clarkson.
See?
Oh yeah, I see it.
Oh, this is great.
You know, I'm going to post a link to that.
Oh, this is where all those clips probably came from. That's where he's been getting them all from. Okay, thank you.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I'll sign up for that later. I'm not signing. You know what I mean? Maybe it doesn't matter. I'm going to link this in the sidebar or in the description below, so people can enjoy it at their leisure.
Yeah, that's just astounding. I especially like the part where she thinks that AI might have played a part in her loss of the election.
That's fantastic.
There's so many demonetizations. I think that the tactic YouTube is taking is they're just demonetizing everything. I did hear an interesting analysis, and I'm trying to remember who it was who had it. They said that there's too many ads and not enough. They said there's not enough ads for all the channels. So what they're doing is they're restricting the number of places ads can go to then make ads have to compete with each other again for placing prices to then make more money. it's a possibility. I wish I could remember what channel put that forward, who put that forward, but they suggested that basically it could be a supply-demand situation where YouTube and Google are artificially reducing the supply of or would be the demand. Oh, I'm confused now. Basically, they're reducing the number of places the ads can be placed, so the ads have to actually fight for it. So, because right now it's an ad buyer's market, or it was.
Yeah.
Because they would set the prices because like there would just be not enough ads to go around, so they could say, oh, this ad's only worth like 0.001 cents per view or something, and they still get their ad shown because there were so few ads to compete against. But that's an interesting theory. Like I said, I wish I could remember who it was who had that theory.
It is interesting. So why what would be the purpose of demonetizing then? Just to...
Well, when you demonetize all these videos, you make them ineligible. They're also technically not fully demonetized. They're demonetized for everything but YouTube Red. So, again, if YouTube was just better at explaining the situation with YouTube Red, if they actually wanted to, I said this last time, they could actually do a lot better and a lot more people would have YouTube Red. But, YouTube Red, even though it was actually good for video creators, they made more money off of it. It was explained so badly when it came out that people were against it who should have been for it. That's how badly YouTube communicates things.
It's YouTube Red. That's essentially supposed to be like their family-friendly programming or whatever, right?
Yeah.
Or no, it's the other way around.
No, YouTube Red is their paid content and no ads. It's useful if you want to play music off of YouTube with no ads, with it in the background on your phone. That's when it's really useful.
Okay.
So yeah, the thing is, if they reduce the number of videos that ads can play on, now the ads have to pay more and more money to try to get to the front of the line to actually be shown. That's what this guy, and I wish I could remember who it was. It's really pissing me off. I can't remember who proposed this, but that's what they were suggesting. And it's far from impossible. Although, well, I mean, it makes some sense. Although that's, again, a pure business situation. And their point was they claimed that videos are being demonetized all over the place. Not just one political opinion is being demonetized. That's true, although one political opinion seems to be the ones that are actually having their videos removed or interstitialed. So I can't say restricted, because restricted actually means something else. What's the official word for when they go behind the interstitial?
I don't know.
We were saying restricted for that too, but technically that's not. It's restricted. There's a restricted mode that you can turn on. That's restricted. Yeah. So.
Also, like.
But yeah,
you mean like where they're like hidden away, right? Like
the full-on hidden ones where you can't even link to the channel isn't even linked. They just put the channel name in parentheses for some fucking reason.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't even check. They probably don't show end slates either.
Because yeah, there's been a few of those going on where like they've been just completely like hiding the videos for people who are unable to see them.
Of course, I heard the wonderful theory that they're watching all the accounts that actually watch those videos, and they're marking them as people who are actively seeking out this content. So if people watch enough of those videos, they'll be flagged themselves as like a subversive watcher. I mean, crazy. That might not be going on, but the data does allow for that.
Yeah, I'm not saying that that's crazy talk like you're crazy. I'm saying that's crazy like that they're doing that. I believe that they would be doing that.
They keep linking to more of these clips inside of this thing. It's just amazing stuff. I know some will dismiss everything in this chapter.
Okay, this is really good.
Blame for my loss in 2016. That's wrong. This is about the future. In the 19th century, nations fought two kinds of wars, on land and at sea. In the 20th century, that expanded to the skies. In the 21st century, wars will increasingly be fought in cyberspace. With the cyberspace boats.
Oh my gosh.
Deploy the meme cannons. I've asked you, scurvy dogs.
Holy shit. Holy shit. This one's nuts.
Oh, I'm just reminded all of a sudden of Reboot's depiction of the web and how it was amazing. There were
I don't even
viruses
remember.
everywhere, and it was like a pirate ship surfing through the internet, like shooting down the viruses and stuff, trying to get from one open port to another.
That's pretty cool. Not
That's
gonna lie,
great.
that's a pretty good depiction for that show. Okay. So let's see. All right. Moving on to this one. Okay, so Ted Cruz, his Twitter, liked a porn video, and that became a huge deal. Now, that's not even really news, but what bothers me is more, hold on. Around the same time, what didn't get coverage,
Oh, for fuck's sake,
while,
chat, we can't do any more of this.
yeah, while people were talking about, Teddy's porn habits, the mayor of Seattle apparently was forced to resign after his 5th conviction of sexual assault of a child.
Wait, what?
Yeah, let me find that real quick.
Yeah, give me something to put on screen for this. This sounds
Yeah.
pretty.
Yeah, this didn't get any real media coverage because, everybody was talking about, Ted Cruz. Because, oh, why did something go wrong?
Did you just crash Brave?
Yeah, I just crashed on the media webpage because media web pages are always awful. Here we are. Here's a link. Hopefully it won't crash for you.
I think the issue might be that your computer is made of twigs and string.
Well, I just got this new one.
Is it also made out of twigs and string?
Well, that's arguable.
Kind of surprised that the hard drive worked in a different computer, unless it's hardware identical.
It is hardware identical. The two computers are identical.
Your Windows should have unregistered on you. Seattle Mayor Ed Murphy, Democrat. I love how they always have to put the letter in parentheses. What happens if it's another party other than Democrat or Republican? Then what do they do?
I guess they throw an I or an L, or it's never a Republican. It's never a libertarian or an independent.
Oh my God! Can you imagine a future where instead of political parties, we have sexual identities?
Oh God, let's not.
Let's invent a whole new web font just to hold all the symbols.
Shit, they're already trying to do that with Twitter, putting their pronouns and shit on their profiles.
Facing multiple child sex abuse allegations dating to the 1970s. Holy sweet Jesus. What the fuck is wrong with these people? Why are there so many pedophiles in government positions?
Well, because they're obsessed with power, and I imagine that the whole pedophilia thing also comes from an obsession with power. Like the same sort of thing that would drive someone to become, an asshole politician is the same kind of drive that would drive someone to, be an asshole towards children.
This news was posted on the 12th. That's the day where you post stuff. One of the days you post stuff you want it seen. Like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, you post stuff you want people to see.
Yeah.
And yet it still got buried by the Ted Cruz Twitter shit.
Well, yeah, but the Ted Cruz Twitter shit happened at the end of September 11th, which is one of the reasons it took a lot of shit because they're like, oh my God, he was looking at porn on September 11th. Who cares? Like, I don't believe he was, and even if he was, I don't care. It's not news.
It was probably one of his staff, because let's face it, do we think he's really... It wasn't incest porn. I hear some people saying that. I think it was like reverse cuckoldry or something.
Yeah, it was cuckolding porn.
But it was like reverse cuck porn or something.
Yeah.
Because it was like the woman arrives to find the man with another woman or something. I think that's all. I was confused.
Yes.
Ted Cruz.
I remember last year when we explained that to you and you broke.
Shut up. It's not my fault people have perversions that don't make sense.
You broke. Shut up. I like it.
Just close your mouth and stop talking.
We haven't broken you in a long time.
I've become dejected.
I've become more jaded and cynical.
If anything can happen, it will happen.
Associating with me and Sefka, mostly Sefka.
Oh, I was cynical before. But holy shit, what is wrong with people?
Like, open a new Hellraiser box for you.
No. Back onto this subject.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah, I'm sitting here joking on what's actually a pretty serious topic. But yeah, like, this, let's see. Murray continued to champion social justice issues while at City Hall. Go figure. Of course he did. Winning the mayor's seat in part as a promise to follow through on the minimum wage of $15 an hour. She accomplished through an executive order. Of course he did. Not long after his election. What an asshole.
Yeah, this thing that people normally have to vote on. Yeah, let's just take a pen and write that down and then do it automatically.
Yeah.
I swear, we almost.
Oh, he was Washington's first openly gay state senator. How about that?
Oh, I can't do a lisp right now, so we'll have to just imagine it.
Oh, of course he was.
Again, don't people try to keep this stuff private because it's like, just, do you ever hear about someone being openly heterosexual?
I'm pretty openly heterosexual. But no.
Could you feel me staring at you through the screen?
Have I mentioned I like women today? I really like women. Yeah,
fuck's sake.
That would be really obnoxious.
You're making me wish I had mapped controls to how open the eyes are, because I can do that.
But yeah, apparently Ted Cruz's intern enjoying himself was more important than this event, because this didn't get near the coverage it deserved, I feel.
Well, there's been a lot of stories like this over time, and they always get very little coverage. It's really weird. Like,
well, yeah, because it's a Democrat.
Well, even when they catch Republicans with something, normally when the Republican does something, it's not part of a large ring or a big thing. It's like a single person doing something that is not even illegal often, just immoral.
It really depends. Like, if it's like a really establishment Republican, they'll tend to kind of gloss over it. But if it's like somebody that's a little more out there, like, they'll hammer it hard. Like, remember Todd Aiken? That dude that like said like a woman's biology will shut down if she's raped or something like that. I mean, and that dude's like an idiot and an asshole. But they ran with that hard.
It's like, and just for those who are unaware biologically, the opposite will happen.
Yeah.
Ugh. That's like pants on head wrong. That's surprising.
Yeah.
Because normally when someone gets something wrong like that, they're only wrong like tangentially.
Sort of wrong. Yeah.
Degrees off. They're not 180 degrees off.
Yeah, that was. That dude. Yeah, that dude was a bad shit asshole. But like, he was saying that as kind of like a pro-life argument. Which and me even being like a very strong pro-lifer, like I still, it's like no, that's wrong, dude. Like, that's blatantly wrong.
So that gets hammered home. Someone saying something absolutely retarded who's prevented from affecting policy because on that subject he's a complete idiot. And yet something like this, despite news stories, no one hears about it. Oh, of course, we're on the Washington Post, where democracy dies in darkness.
Yes.
I'm gonna get this moth eventually. It literally keeps flying into my computer, falling. Oh, there it is. Oh. You motherfucker.
All right.
Sorry.
It's okay. I'm going to talk about some good news first, because the next one is the next part after that's pretty emotional for me.
No. Really quickly though, on the subject of this stuff, I think one of the reasons why it seems like Republicans get hit harder when anything sexual happens at all is because by being Republicans, they're automatically associated with Puritans.
Yeah.
So when they do anything of the sort, it's considered a violation of their own ethics. Whereas when a Democrat does certain things that are, let's say, immoral but not illegal, this one's extremely illegal and immoral, but when they do something that's immoral but not illegal, it doesn't really hit them because they don't really have that strong ethical standing on that matter, which is kind of ironic.
Yeah, that's especially kind of weird. I forgot this happened like yesterday, but I guess on CNN they were reporting some guy. Let me look this up real quick.
That's another thing. Republicans fold really fast, but I think it's because they're like literally being shown that they did something that's against their public and their private moral structure, and it's like, why are you doing this when it's literally against what you believe? And so they just kind of fold. Whereas if you come up that with the Democrat very often, because their side of things is for liberation of all this craziness, you very often end up with so.
Yeah. Freedom and boobs.
Excuse
me? All right. Apparently they were yesterday on CNN. CNN was interviewing this individual, Clay Travis, who I'm not familiar with who this is. It's
that's a name.
Yeah. And he's somebody in Nashville. It almost looks like I have no idea who Clay Travis is.
Do you have a link for this?
Yeah, this is something that happened yesterday, so I wasn't really expecting to talk about it. All right, he's a journalist. He's actually a sports journalist on Fox Sports. All right. But CNN asked, like, what are like your two favorite things or whatever, and he said, I love the First Amendment and boobs. And the CNN reporter flipped her shit about it.
Really?
Yeah. Well, I'll see if I can find it because.
Oh no, I got it because that quote is very easy to search for. Yeah, you know how things are.
Yeah. We put again.
Well, is it a bit long though? How deep is her freak out?
I don't know.
By her face, it's pretty soon. Oh well, we'll do a few.
I figure since we're talking about
more speed out of this.
I think that's a bad move. I'm a First Amendment absolutist. I believe in only two things completely: the First Amendment and boobs. And so once they made the decision,
I love
the you believe in the First Amendment and
the satellite delay.
You guys lost and play what?
What did you say? You believe in the First Amendment and BWBS?
Two things that have only never let me live down in this entire country's history: the First Amendment and boobs. So those are the only two things I believe in absolutely in the country. And so I don't think Jemele Hill should be fired, but I do think straight up that once you make the decision that you are going to let her chill, that you have to also make the decision that you're going to let Jemele Hill go. I think that's a bad decision. I think ESPN has made bad decisions that have led to 13 million subscribers bailing on the network. Made bad decisions that have led to collapsing. Jemele Hill's television show is collapsing. Ratings were down 20% last week over last year. I think that's why she's angry.
Broken.
I think that's why she went after for ESPN to fire her.
Okay, hold on.
All right.
Okay. Keith, what do you think?
Listen, I'm
okay. Actually, they're talking now, so I guess I'll go back to normal.
I'm astonished at almost everything I just heard. One of the things that, and Jamel's a personal friend, not just a colleague, but a personal friend. One of the things that Jamel's had to deal with her entire career, and many women who I'm friends with in this business, in this business for a long time, sexism, blatant sexism, comments about her appearance, comments about her racially, comments about her inability or perceived inability to be able to comment on sports because of her gender. For somebody to come on CNN and to say something like the only thing I believe in a discussion about something,
I'm still there too, and I just want to make sure I'm hearing you correctly. BOOZE or BOOBS? Because as a woman, I'm
as in boobs. I believe completely in the First Amendment and in boobs. Those are the only two things I believe 100%. And by the way,
he doubled down. That's so brilliant.
Sitting here,
that's great.
Immediately, did you notice that?
You
He went straight to that.
Yeah,
You
you're
seem that like-
I did go
Guys,
straight
why
to
would
that
you even
because
say
it
that
matters.
live on national
matters.
television?
It matters.
Female
That
host.
matters.
Because again, this
I say it
exactly
live on the
why.
radio all the time because it's true, and that's what I do.
Oh, they're so mad.
Because I like boobs and the First Amendment, which is exactly what I said.
I think that speaks for itself. I love the First Amendment as well. I also love
Clearly
women.
not as much as he does.
You don't love boobs too?
The one who I'm not going to talk about that on television because it's irrelevant.
He's
I like-
using the First Amendment when he says
Why
that
not?
too.
I am a supporter of women in their careers. I'm a supporter,
So am I,
a staunch
with
supporter
their
of women
massive
like Brooke, who I've shared the airwaves with before, who is a personal friend of mine for a long time.
I'm done. I'm sorry. I'm done.
So wait, I
To
think-
have anyone's anatomy brought up in this
I'm done.
conversation?
This is done.
It
This conversation over.
was
Thank you, Mike.
It's just gay anatomy.
See
You know
ya.
what I think my favorite part of that is?
Entirely inappropriate. And it just
After he said First Amendment and boobs, I have no idea what else he said after that.
You're not entirely sure, and then you realize it happened.
Yeah, I'm not going to talk
that
about it.
was-
He proceeds to talk about it. That's a Sajak. Sajak is
Oh.
coming.
Look at
That's like
Holy
You know what?
shit.
conservatives. Anybody that ever decides to deal with CNN, take note. This is exactly what you need to do. Just bring up First Amendment and boobs every conversation. Like this needs to be like a reoccurring thing that happens on CNN.
I like how they immediately were like, well, you've mentioned this potty part. You haven't mentioned whose or anything else. You just said that you believe in the First Amendment and boobs,
Boobs.
which means that you are a horrifying sexist, and you are objectifying this person that we're talking about, or something.
It's like you didn't say he believes in your boobs,
Really?
honey.
Bit of a leap.
Oh, that's amazing.
Bit
And, like,
of a leap.
And like I said, that my favorite part of that is after he said that, I have no idea what he said after that. He was talking sports or something. And but because like my focus was immediately on their faces, you know, it's just
All I did was stare. I like the satellite delay.
Yeah.
It's on a delay.
And boobs. And so once they made the
See, there
decision,
it is. They're outdated technology with their satellites, where you would get less ping on a freaking internet connection.
yeah, there was a whole half a second there where you just like wait.
And then it hits her, and she's like, "Ooh, I heard the word boo."
I like this guy. This is amazing.
Yeah, did you mean B-O-O-B-S or like B-O-O-Z-E? Look here, him too. Yeah.
completely the First Amendment and boobs. And so once they made the decision that they were not
Actually, his expression doesn't change. He just kind of blinks and kind of tilts his head a little bit.
Yeah.
This is.
You know what makes me really happy, especially happy about this? He's not being remotely apologetic for that. Check this out. He posted this literally an hour ago. In the sidebar.
Oh, okay. Hold on. Let me see.
Most recent Twitter. This is an hour ago.
Oh my gosh.
Dude gives no fuck. See, that's how you gotta handle these guys. You know, when they start, you know, throwing their tantrums about sexism or whatever, you double down on it. Like, I mean,
Well,
he's not walking away from this any worse for the wearer.
The best part was where he just like he just said, "You see, there's the problem. You just zero in on that and you turn it into a sexism thing."
Yeah.
Just as planned, do you think? Or do you think that was an off-the-cuff thing that he said that he then handled very well?
I honestly think he just handled it very well. You know, he runs a radio talk show, where he talks
that
about like
helps.
sports and stuff. So he's probably just used to saying shit like that. That's probably just, you know, his standard MO. So he goes on CNN expecting to just talk the way he normally does, and they flip their shit. He's just like, yeah, well, you know, boobs are great. Like, yeah, no, I don't think he went in with the intent to cause strife with CNN there. I honestly think he just handled that really well. Because that didn't come off like a troll move. That came off like just a legitimate thing he would say. BE.
Is it 2 O's?
Oh, boobs or booze. Nice.
Inappropriate emoji? Yeah, I guess there is. This one. I've now used Twitter more today than I have all of the rest.
Ever?
With 2 tweets. I've beaten my my average for this year, or monthly average.
That's how he rolls. All right. So some good news about a dark topic here.
Yes.
Formerly Daddy-O5, now I guess you'd call him Daddy-O3. Him and his wife got 5 years probation and lost custody of their 2 children, Cody and Emma. So we and many others talked about this, like what was going down about the Daddy-O5 thing and the child abuse around that.
Yeah, at one point some stuff started happening that you needed to not say anything about, and then that topic just kind of went silent after that.
Mm-hmm.
Because, you know. Okay, which news source should I use for this? I got people.
I'm gonna go with Baltimore Sun on this because it's a local news source, so it's probably. I'm not gonna say that.
You have it up already.
You know, relieves it of bias, but.
Yeah. So they are apparently they have any of the kids right now?
Well, she has 3 of the kids, and then 2 of them were his, and the 2 that were his got removed. So I imagine she still has her 3 kids. But it was his 2 kids that were the ones being abused. The other 3 kids weren't getting it.
Yeah, they were being used in the abuse. Like there was some stuff that happened to them, but I heard that there's videos on the Mommy05 channel where they're just pranking each other, both the adults, and then they sometimes interact with off-screen people who might not actually be there. It's really weird because they're not allowed to have them on there. Basically, some people think the sentence was kind of lax.
Yeah.
But what is it exactly? Do they have the exact sentence in here?
I think
it's very specific, and they're probably going to fuck up. They have 5 years probation for child neglect. But where is the fuck up here? Okay. If the Martins violate their probation, they could face up to 10 years in prison.
Good.
So if they, yeah.
That's what he said. He felt comfortable that the Martins would adhere to the terms. Yeah, when you're looking at 10 years in prison, probably.
I mean, it was systematic, and you could see in the videos they got worse and worse and worse as they did it, and it became a money train for them basically. And they're doing developmental damage to the kids. Well, like they're turning the ones that they still had. If they still have them even now, they were turning them into abusers when they would be adults is how they would be, because they're basically being trained to do that.
And then the younger kids, Jesus Christ.
I know the younger kids are going through therapy.
Yeah, they're going to need it. They're going to probably need it for a very long time. I was saying also, like, if the mom really wanted to be vindictive, and I wouldn't blame her at all on this, like, she could probably get a lawyer to sue on the kid's behalf for, in addition to the psychological damage and the essentially public shame, but also sue for the monetization of those videos, which has since been demonetized. But like all the money that he received from the monetization, I imagine there's a suit that could be made there.
Just want to have it be done with and not have to deal with any of it.
That's probably true. I'm not saying that she should do that or that she wants to do that. I'm saying that she very likely could do that if she really wanted to, and I wouldn't blame her for doing that.
I should probably here's some specifics. Okay, it's a 5-year suspended sentence. I'm not sure what suspended sentence means. I know it's less severe. I'm guessing it means that they're not in jail, but they're on probation automatically or something.
Something like that.
Basically, they are not allowed to have contact with the 2 kids that belonged to Rose.
Martin. Or not Martin, the guy.
I'm trying to think which name to use, because I know they're Rose and this guy's.
Yeah, his name's Michael.
Yeah. So they're with their biological mother, Rose, and they are not allowed to have any visitation with them unless it has to be permitted by the court and supervised.
Good.
Oh, this is nice. They're not allowed to contact not only the kids, but the biological mother either. So they had to leave her alone. Because there was some severe harassment going on too when she had
the mother?
Kids. There was of the biological mother. There was really weird stuff going on that can't technically be traced, like knocks on windows and doors and people standing places.
That is weird.
Yeah, and it could have been like it can't be proven that it had any connection, but it's likely people that they knew doing it. Or it could also just been crazy fans, actually, if you think about it.
Yeah, which I don't know why anybody would be fans of these two, but whatever.
For a while they're trying to push this idea that they had the kids back and that Rose didn't have the biological mother Rose didn't have the kids and all sorts of other crazy shit. Like the case is just asinine and insane. But they're at least currently out of any sort of jail, but they could end up in there for as many as 10 years if they screw up. And obviously the lawyer's going to try to get it reduced, but
yeah, it seems like this is ultimately the best ending that could have happened for the situation.
It was the psychologist's report that made the state pursue neglect charges. Other than that, they weren't sure anything was actually illegal going on. I guess it makes some sense because it would be straddling the line there.
Yeah.
You don't want to have like the government come in and just take your kids because you yelled at them or something.
Oh yeah, and I'm very aware that the Child Protective Services is that's a racket in itself. Like I have a lot of issues with a lot of the practices concerning the CPS. But so yeah, I don't want to sit here and be like, yay, the CPS, cheer for them because.
Well, if you want to look at CPS and other weird things and illegal bullshit, just look at how those people got the kids to begin with.
Mm-hmm.
Which I don't think is going to be pursued, but it should be because there was fraud involved.
Yeah.
Or I should say there was allegedly fraud involved in how they got the 2 kids to begin with. So, allegedly forged signatures for one of them and false reports for the other and all sorts of crazy stuff.
I am really glad they're back with their mother though.
Yeah. I don't hear a lot about it now, but I know that things are going well at least.
Mm. The fact that we're not hearing about it's probably good news.
Yeah. Well, there was some stuff I'd heard early on that I was like, I'm not spreading any of that information, obviously.
Mm.
And I'm still not. That was before everybody had to go fully silent on everything, except for one person who was, a crazy person. You know who I'm talking about?
No.
Oh, well then I won't mention it again.
Okay.
That's best. I'll tell you later.
Okay.
But yeah, it was. It's going well, partly because people knew when to shut the hell up and to push things. And there was a lot of stuff going on in the background. There's lots of different YouTubers and all who were involved in the whole thing.
Yeah, Well, that's what we were talking about before, because that started like it was like Philip DeFranco that initially pointed that out, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah,
And
it
then
was basically people were pointing out the issues with the story, and I was saying how it's a good. We do actually need these smaller YouTubers who will actually read their comments, because the biological mother was commenting in all these videos until she finally got to a YouTuber that was small enough that actually saw her comment.
her. Yeah,
And
like
then
it kind of
after
went down the
validating,
rungs and then it went back up the rungs.
yeah, after validating that information that it was legitimate, it then went from there. And then a bunch of people got together, people who have experience with custody issues, people who have knowledge of this, experience in these areas, people who are good at digging up information. They all got together and worked on this thing. And some of them are, like, if you look around, they're credited. Some of them aren't. I wanted to get involved, but I was too busy and I never did. So, yeah, I wouldn't dare claim any sort of involvement in that other than watching some of it.
Yeah, and you know, neither of us are experts in that area either. So,
indeed,
you know, you know, we did our part. You know, we got the information out there. So,
what bit needed to be.
yeah.
But I'm glad to see that this is at least resolved for now. We'll have to see, though, if they end up violating their terms. But I think they're probably pretty beaten down by or for the shit they were doing.
Yeah, I can't imagine they would. Like, they would have to be really stupid to.
Well,
which.
You say that.
Yeah, I guess that's true.
I argue they'd have to be really stupid to have done this in the first place.
Yeah.
I still can't get over the one where the video where they had the one kid slap the other kid, and there's someone went into a sound thing to check, and the audio just suddenly changes the level of background sound. Basically, they edited what the guy had said to the kids and changed it.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Basically, in the video, it's far more likely than the original. He was far more forceful and aggressive in telling them to actually do it. But there's no way to know, though. It's just the background sound suddenly changes. I don't know. I mean, it's not like they're recording with a camera. They're not recording over Wi-Fi, so it's not like your microphone suddenly changed pitch for some reason, which it sometimes does.
Yeah.
All sorts of weird shit from that. But luckily, it appears to be over. But you can't fix stupid, so we'll see.
All right. We got this one.
Here it
needs to be talked about, though.
Yeah.
All right. This one's pretty graphic. Warning people.
Okay, and... Ooh. So, similar bent, more physical and more ridiculous.
Yeah, except for unlike the other story, this bitch escaped jail.
And not like escaped and they're looking for her. No, like legally escaped jail. Like,
yeah, she was looking at a maximum of 13 years imprisonment after pleading guilty to one count of aggravated causing harm with intent to cause harm.
She beat a 10-month-old with a spoon in the face and head.
Yeah.
And then she gets out somehow. I don't even know how.
Well, she was originally, by pleading guilty, her sentence was reduced. She was looking at 2 years and 6 months in jail, which would have been reduced to 1 year and 9 months. But instead, the judge gave her a non-parole period of 10 months and a bond of $500.
Where's the text messages? They're not in this article.
Oh, I'll find another article with.
Yeah, this is the article I think I had too, but it doesn't show the text messages I've seen. So basically, after she gets out of jail, she gets out of all this stuff. She then starts sending messages to the father, taunting him.
Yeah, like I got a. Yeah, here it is.
Oh, you got
Here's
it?
a better one. Yeah.
Okay. There we go.
Like, and you know, I know exactly why the judge reduced her sentence, because she's hot. I mean, she's an attractive young woman. That's exactly why the judge reduced her sentence.
I'm running out of paper towel to catch these bugs in. I'm using little pieces too. So yeah, here they are. Here, wow, this is interesting. On the bottom. Go away.
So I'm not going to jail. What's your next move? I'll send you photos in October, cute family photos of myself, Evie, her sister, her partner, and my nephew. Yeah, even with everyone on social media against me, I still made it. I'll be having partial custody within the year.
Yep.
Poor kid.
By the way, 10 months, better known as my brain is developing, and it is very bad to smash me in the head with things.
Yes. Now, thankfully, which is disturbing as the pictures are, apparently all the damage is superficial.
She's probably afraid of spoons now.
She probably is. She's probably definitely going to be terrified. They're saying she's going to need therapy. I mean, this kid's like...
a parent assaulted her.
Yeah.
I mean...
Well, like, here's the thing, dude. This kid's 10 months old. Like, I can't even, like... I mean, I can't even imagine shit. I mean, my kid's 9 months old now. And, like, you know, he's... There's no... like, I don't even have words, you know? It's... Like there's no like I mean guess it goes without saying there's no reason to attack your kid with a spoon like this. Jesus Christ, like yeah, this article broke me, man. I mean there's no reason to attack anyone with a spoon, but like I mean you know they depend on you at that age. They're completely dependent. Like what the fuck are you doing? Sorry. You know, just I don't know. It just really hits.
Trying to type something, and the microphone is picking everything up and making the avatar's mouth move, and it's creepy. Combined with your being annoyed.
Yeah, it's. Yeah, luckily, like, I guess there's no internal damage. All the damage is like superficial, like I said. So she'll heal up.
Yeah, but she still has a mother who's going to probably get partial custody. Who?
Oh, I hope she doesn't. She probably will if this judge has any involvement in it.
I wonder if part of the reason why the mommy and daddy of 5 situation occurred the way it did was because there was a man involved.
It's like she also has a significant history of drug abuse and alcohol abuse. Yeah, no shock there. And she's a borderline personality disorder. Yeah, okay. That explains absolutely everything. Why would anybody do this to a 10-month-old? Christ.
Because they're fucking insane?
Yeah.
Why a spoon?
She probably just happened to have it in hand.
Unless it was premeditated to think that would not do as much or something.
It could be. Yeah, it's. Yeah, I'm with you on that, Yokon. It's fucking awful.
And yet, in this case, we have a father who's perfectly reasonable here.
He's perfectly reasonable. You know, he's trying to get custody of the kid, so it doesn't have any. Apparently, like, they have another daughter too, which I don't know how they like the younger daughter, which I don't know how you have a younger daughter. When you have an 8-month-old, that's kind of weird.
Well, looking at the picture, is it the mother who's out of frame here, or? This is ridiculous, though. I'm not in jail. What's your next move? That's just fucked up.
Yeah.
Like, how about I take this stuff that you've sent me in messages and I show it to the
everyone.
Judge?
Yeah. Well, you know, the judge isn't going to do anything. The judge is clearly on her side.
$500. Good behavior bond by the court in order to pay $500. She has to complete counseling.
Give me 1 second. There's actually one more article that's even more fucked up relating to this topic, which happened.
Dear.
Came out earlier today, so not this kid in particular, but
I'll wait for you to link it. Because I don't think I.
Yeah, I'm gonna look for it here. Jesus. All right, New York Times, because of course you did.
Did your link not work?
No, I just found it.
Oh, it's a tweet, of course. Twitter. It's only good for news and bots now.
Yeah. So apparently, so this woman murdered her 4-year-old, and apparently we need to forgive her because she got educated while in prison.
Well, the point of the prison system is you are supposed to actually
Rehabilitate.
Out, they're supposed to be rehabilitated. They're supposed to be done with that. But then the question would be, well, then why are felonies on your record that the employer can reject you for?
Yeah.
It seems kind of odd, doesn't it?
Yeah, and it's like I do get there's an issue there. I mean, with people that come out of prison being unemployable. I do see that as a genuine concern, but at the same time, it's this woman killed her 4-year-old, but now we need to see about getting her into Harvard because she's educated and doesn't belong in prison anymore. We need to get her in schools. No, you murdered your 4-year-old kid. What's wrong?
Harvard is private, correct?
I think so.
Well, then they can reject whoever they want for whatever reason they want. Although, I guess if they try to use something like racial grounds, they'll get in trouble. But they're supposed to be able to reject whoever they want for whatever reason they want.
They're probably not going to. They're probably all about this bitch.
Well, he says it wasn't enough, so unless they change their mind under media pressure.
Oh, good. Oh.
I mean, the base headline says that the whole reason there's an article is because she didn't. Why is there Chinese?
Yeah, it's self-history. Redemption and rejection.
Why are there Chinese?
Who knows? Is there Chinese?
Yeah, there's 2 links to Chinese up at the top, and they go to 2 different Chinese versions of the website. One is Chinese, and one is whatever HANT variant is. They don't look. Maybe I don't know Chinese by that name. I know Mandarin. I don't know Mandarin. I mean, I know of Mandarin and I know of Simplified Chinese.
Yeah.
Simplified Chinese being what's used by the mainland China because communism, and normal Chinese or Mandarin or whatever being used by Taiwan and Hong Kong. That's weird. Anyway, for some reason, there's Chinese versions of the story at the top because reasons.
Oh, I love your tangents sometimes.
Information combined with tangential points results in tangents. Yeah. I can understand some things. How long was she in prison for?
She had a 20-year sentence. Let's see.
How did she kill her 4-year-old son?
Yeah, let me look. Oh shit! I just had it. Or you know what? I'll just click on the link right here since.
So wait, she led a team of other convicts to go through all of his paper information because she had no access to the internet or anything to build her report. Well, then what happens with all those people?
Boy died in 1992 in circumstances that remain unclear, and the body was never found.
Oh, that's fucking creepy. That's
Yeah.
really fucking creepy. That's not like, oh, wow, wow. Okay. What? I mean, body never found. How do they know she did it?
Yeah.
But still, if she's been in there for that long, they probably had some sort of evidence.
It's like, well, did her sentence end? Like, it kind of looks like her sentence ended.
Yeah, I think her sentence ended, so that's why she's out.
Okay. That's probably, she probably admitted to it.
Oh, okay. No. Here it is. She was sentenced to 50, but was released after 20 for good behavior and educational attainment. So apparently you can be released for becoming educated?
Yeah.
Well, the only things you have time to do in prison are lift weights and read books. So, I mean, yeah.
But, apparently it's tragedy that we're not letting her teach at Harvard now.
It's not easy to, like, when you've been an ex-con, for God's sakes, if a person with a drug conviction can't get a job, why do you expect with a murder conviction to get a job so easily?
Well, to be fair, like, I imagine a lot of the professors in Harvard are ex-cons. I'm not even kidding. Like, I'm pretty certain.
White collar of, like, destroying construction equipment? Like, what are we talking?
They get, like, bullshit, like, sociology degrees and shit like that. Like, a lot of the social justice courses come from, like, we need to give these ex-cons jobs.
Like, I can understand the problem with preventing people who are ex-cons from getting jobs, but I also have to question, well, one, the shortening of her sentence, because it's like, why do we even give out long sentences anymore if people aren't going to actually serve them?
Yeah, well, that happens all the time. Like, I don't think anybody.
Yeah, but why do we do it? Like, this isn't even half. This is 20 out of 50.
Yeah.
That's not even half.
So, I mean, there is options for parole, and then on top of that, like, the good behavior thing, that is a real thing. And
yeah, like, I'm wondering what on earth, like, there's so many details of this that it's hard to make a determination, but just from the surface details, it looks like she killed a kid in some way where they can't even find the body. She somehow still gets convicted without a body, which requires other evidence unless she admits to it. And then she's supposed to be there for 50 years, and she gets out in 20 because she got a PhD.
Mm.
Because apparently getting a PhD means you're not going to kill any kids anymore. Like, are there other things that she had to do aside from good behavior and the PhD?
Mm. Like, in Yoke Khan says, Bradley Manning was offered a fellowship at Kennedy School of Government, and they withdrew it when they realized it would anger the military. Yeah, I did see that. He was throwing a fit.
It feels to me like, for some reason, all crimes when you're an ex-con are almost considered equally when it comes to getting employment.
Yeah, well, for the most part, it really depends on the job. I'll tell you what, if you got a theft on your record, you're done as far as employment. Nobody will hire a thief.
What if you were a fence?
If you're a what?
A fence.
A fence? That's a person that sells stolen goods, right?
Yeah, basically launders stolen goods.
You might actually be okay, or more okay anyway. Because if you're a fence or a drug dealer, then that actually shows that you're capable of, like,
what about if they're both?
Skills. So, I mean, technically, if, a private employer was to see that, I'd be like, well, I do need salesmen. You might have a shot. I would say, like, if I had a business where I needed salesmen and somebody said that, they had a fence where they were selling drugs, I probably wouldn't hold that against them too much.
Just, I might know someone who has both of those particular issues on their record.
I know, when I was working on the rig jobs, like the rig hands, you can get a rig job with a criminal conviction as long as it's not like theft. Like,
how are you gonna steal anything? You're on a rig in the ocean.
Oh, you're not in the ocean. Like, I'm talking about, like, in the middle of the mountains or whatever. That's the thing with
mountains. You'll die and starve to death if you try to escape.
Well, it's not that desolate, but like people.
Sorry,
the thing is with that,
my glasses.
it's actually very common. It's actually a very common possibility because like part of the culture of the rig, I guess, is like people leave their keys like in their trucks because if something happens where they need to like move a truck or something to like get something through, like somebody will just go in and move your truck or whatever. So
That
it's
makes
very
sense. When you're on
common
a
for
work
people
site.
to just so it's very common for people to just leave their keys in their vehicles. So like if you get busted with any kind of theft on the rig, I mean, you're gone. Like they don't want to put up with that at all. So they won't hire a thief. However, if you got like an assault charge or like even like a homicide charge, like yeah, they'll probably take you because it's like, you know, where else are you gonna go? You're in the middle of nowhere, you know, lifting pipes and shit. And so yeah, you get like a lot of the roughnecks, they'll have like criminal charges on their belts. And you know, it's like one of the last jobs you can get that pays really well with a criminal record. Which you know, because I used to work out there, but I wasn't a roughneck. I was the on-site geologist. So, which is actually kind of funny because they all thought of me as like, you know, hey, that's the smart guy. He does important stuff. It's like, man, I look at rocks all day. Like, I'm not doing anything important. You know, but yeah,
you know
it was
that,
kind of a weird dynamic there.
identifying wood magazine cover that people mess with all the time is a meme?
What's that?
Do you know the identifying wood magazine cover?
Identifying wood.
I just picture you as this. Oh, you've never seen this? Oh my god.
I don't know that I have.
Hold on. That's astounding. How have you not seen this? This is like a meme. Here you go. And people add, yep, it's wood. Like, how do you not know about this?
No, I've never seen that before. Identifying wood.
Here's another one.
Yeah, it's wood. Okay, that's amazing. Yep, it's heresy.
Well, yeah,
no.
I just pictured you as this guy only with a rock.
That's not entirely inaccurate. It's more like a bowl of rocks. But yeah, that's pretty accurate.
You seriously haven't seen this?
No, I've never seen that.
Wow.
That's pretty good. Identifying countries. Pretty much a yes country.
That's kind of astounded.
Identifying weed. No, I've never seen that meme before, ever.
Here's the yep, it's wood version.
But yeah, no, that pretty much was my job. The attire is a little more the attire is a bit more professional, I guess. Like, because you know when you're out there on the rig, you have to wear like the FRC jumpsuits.
What exactly? Like, did they give you rocks, or did you have to go out and get the rocks?
We had to go out and get the rocks. Like, what happens is you're drilling in the ground, and you know, and they're drilling like a mile deep, and the water or the oil will push out the rocks as they frack down further, and so the fracks like come out and they like fall into this conveyor belt and into like a pit. And what happens is we have to go up every 30. We would go up onto the rig every 30 feet and collect a sample of the rocks. You know, we get like a small bowl of rocks, and then we would wash them in alcohol to get like the oil off. And then we would take them back to the lab, throw them under a microscope, look at it, and be like, "Yep, it's shale," or "Yep, it's limestone." Pretty much exactly like what he's doing. And that's pretty funny.
You were literally,
yeah, we were literally doing that. Yeah, like you said, it's pretty accurate. If you put a hard hat and a jumpsuit on that guy, yeah, that was pretty much my job.
Oh, wow.
And a rock instead of a board. But it paid really good. It was a nice job. I liked that job.
I wonder if they had Tiger Wood. I didn't even know Tiger Wood was real. I just ran into it in a Minecraft mod once. Like, that looks neat. Apparently it's real.
So I'm trying to see if there's anything else. I guess there is one more topic, but I honestly don't really know a whole lot about it, so I'm kind of good to just gloss over it real quick. Apparently, Gab's suing Google.
Yep. Gab is suing Google. Taking risk Goliath situation because obviously Google has shitloads of money.
Yeah.
They're arguing that Google has created an anti-competitive situation with their App Store where they are preventing apps that could compete with either other apps that are already on the service or with themselves for arbitrary reasons from getting onto the service. And I think they have a bigger case here than they did with Apple because they weren't able to get on at all. Also with Apple, so it's a little bit harder. Where this one they were on and then they were removed for a stupid reason related to user-generated content. Yeah, like Google didn't like the user-generated content, so they pulled them off because they were racist or something.
Yeah.
So yeah, basically, flat out, they're saying that Google has a monopoly. They're being anti-competitive. And even though the direct competitor to Gab is more Twitter than Google's social networks, Google has some pretty heavy integration with Twitter with various services that it runs, and you and I both know that.
Yeah.
Like, just look at the YouTube integration with Twitter, where it'll automatically tweet stuff and everything else. So basically, they're arguing that Google is acting in an anti-competitive manner and that they're violating antitrust rules.
Which they're probably not wrong. But
no, they're definitely not wrong. The question is, can they actually win it? But they're not wrong at all.
Yeah.
It's a case of they are legally correct, but Google has been doing this for over a decade at this level or at a worse level in some cases. Sometimes a smaller level, but they've been doing this at some level for a decade.
Well, Google could also afford the best lawyers, where Andrew Torba is probably going to have a little bit of a harder time with that.
I think it probably partly helps that they ejected someone for political views, and then the Gab in the media is marked as having the same political views, even if it's not true necessarily, which means that by that connection, you can say that they're removing you not only because you're competition, but because they don't like your political views, which have nothing to do with your business. So, yeah.
Well, I wish Gab the best of luck.
Yeah, basically, here it is, right here. Regardless of Google's pretextual justification for removing Gab, the effect is that they use their monopoly power in the App Store to block an upstart competitor sorry, mouth and face.
In the social media app.
Upstart competitor, it's in the social media app market.
Oh, that's their typo. Okay.
To the detriment of millions of customers who value free speech. God dang, this moth has decided that my glasses that reflect light are a source of light. If I get another one between my eye and my glasses, this is not going to be pleasant. I hate insects.
Google's the biggest threat to the free flow of information. Gab started to fight against the big tech companies in the marketplace. So, I wish Torba the best of luck on this.
Yeah, I hope he gets somewhere.
I do too. I don't suspect he will, but if he does, all the better.
No,
although Google, since like for the past year or so, Google's been fucking up pretty hard. And I mean, with the whole James Damore thing, I don't know that Google's got the competence it once had. So who knows?
All those diversity hires.
Yeah. Yeah, who knows? Maybe Google will fuck it up. So.
Suddenly my mouse is dragging. This is unpleasant.
But that's pretty much all we got for topics.
Yeah, that's all I can think of.
Yeah, we can go ahead and cut it here because it's after midnight my time, and
if anyone wants to get crazy about solar flares or anything, we're safe for a week.
Yeah,
because the sunspots that did all the crazy stuff are about a week away to come back around. So there you go. There's my crazy. The sun's gonna kill us. Week.
Well, you're not the only person saying that, so you know.
Yeah, but most of the shit that's being said is complete bullshit. Isn't there another the world's gonna end thing for like the 23rd of this month or something?
I think so.
Yeah.
So. Well, we'll see. We'll see what happens, and you know, if I'll try to be here on Friday. Assuming we have topics to discuss, because you know.
Don't say that.
Yeah, too late. I already did, didn't I?
Last 2 times, the only 2 times it's ever been said, we had terrorist attacks both times.
Brace yourself, Europe.
One of them was in the U.S. One of them was that workplace violence incident.
Oh, the training phantom.
I'm trying to remember the location, but I can't. But it was the workplace violence, you know, where they the wife and the husband after a holiday party went nuts up. They were Islamists.
Oh, that's right. Wow.
I can't remember the name of the place, but everybody calls it after the name of the place.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one was. I think that was the first. Hey, we got nothing to talk about. It looks like so because we ran the thing late. So hopefully there's something to talk about.
Oh shit! I jinxed it. Well,
yeah, you did. It's okay. If a terrorist attack happens, it's all his fault.
Yeah, I'll take the blame for it.
Admittedly, this has only happened twice. Even if it happens a third time, it's not even that high rate of occurrence because, you know.
Yeah, I've been doing the show for like 2 years now.
Oh shit, have we?
Yeah.
Oh dear, I still need to get a custom character.
Yeah. Yeah, I was like, you've had that character since like episode 30 or something.
Oh, I mean, I can start stealing stuff from the Android game.
Oh, she's cute.
A little small. I can change that though. I mean, I have other things.
Okay, we're gonna end on this note. That not your cat or that.
Oh, I know, but we're out of stuff, so you know.
This note that Coyote Con posted.
Okay, hold on, I'll pull it up.
Cute little October themed one there too. You should use that next week.
Since November, more than 24 women of all ages, but mostly in their 20s, had approached me in restaurants, theaters, and stores to apologize for not voting or not doing more to help my campaign. I responded with forced smiles and tight nods. On one occasion, an older woman dragged her adult daughter by the arm to come talk to me and ordered her to apologize for not voting, which she did, head bowed in contrition.
Holy shit.
Yes. That's astounding. Wow.
You wanted to stare right in the eyes and say, you didn't vote? How could you not vote? You abdicated your responsibilities as a citizen at the worst possible time. Now you want me to make you feel better?
Wow.
Of course, I didn't say any of that.
Wow.
This one's glorious, bitch.
This is great. I like this.
I feel bad for that adult daughter. Like,
indeed.
Yeah, it's just like, you know, crazy old moms dragging you to see Hillary Clinton and be like, she didn't vote for you. Like, fuck you, bitch.
Well, she did.
But yeah, we'll go ahead and we'll end it on that note. I want to thank the chat. You guys have been awesome. Khan, I'm glad I made you a mod so you can, you know, drop fun links at us from now on.
You posted so many links.
Yeah, it was great.
So many links.
We'll catch you next Friday. I definitely plan to try to be here next Friday, so we'll roll with that. And I will catch y'all then. Adios.